Welcome back, my friends. I'm with my buddy Nathan, and one of my favorite subjects is monitoring a machine. It is the software, it is the zeros and ones, it is the coding, it is the brains behind the operation. But how do we make that fun and exciting for those of us outside that just love to watch chips being cut? Because manufacturing, we love the purr of the machines, but sometimes there is such a significance that can change your machine shop, change the way you operate, change the way you maintain a machine shop, change your downtime, which can often be the most expensive part of your operations. That's why Nathan's on camera right now. That's why we're going to discuss this software. But before we get to that, we're going to talk about it to you right now before showing you the monitor. Nathan, this is something you've been working on a long time. This is something you've invested in for a long time, something you're passionate about as well. So let's talk about the software. Give us the name first and what it can do for us.
All right.
I'm going to have a ton of questions for you.
Okay, so the software is called OnTakt. So it is play on words. We are on our tack time, and it makes us happy. So you can find it at OnTakt.com, OnTakt.io, OnTakt.live. But yeah, that's
And it makes us happy.
And it makes us happy.
And what can it do for us that makes us so happy?
Okay, I'm not gonna lie. At first, when you roll out something like machine monitoring software, which is what it started as, it's pretty unnerving. A little upsetting, a little frustrating, because what people are going to see is their shops are running at a good shop tends to end up registering like in the 20 to 30% utilization range on a 24/7 schedule. I've seen it over and over and over again. I've deployed a lot of systems like this. I love all of them. I believe in it as a concept. A rising tide floats all ships. But ours is by far the best.
We have to smile when we say, by far ours is the best, and it makes you smile, and I get that.
So what we're doing is we are watching every machine in the shop, and okay, when a program is loaded and it starts running, it's gonna put up a target line. As it's manufacturing, we're gonna be watching those parts coming off, and we're gonna see if we're operating to target.
And my target line is what we expect to create?
Right.
Okay.
Yep. So I get to see from a distance, are my machines running? Are they proceeding on a pace to get their job done for the day?
Okay.
And that's, in a nutshell, it. But then there are layers and layers and layers.
Biggest onion we've ever seen, I think, when it comes to machine shop operations.
Yeah, so, not a lot of people here, a lot of smart people here, and we don't like to create panic. So just watching to see if a machine is running, not running, held, not running, that is panic inducing. It doesn't tell somebody what to do. So what we like is seeing that pattern, and somebody can have a bobble and stop a machine for a little bit, but if it starts running again and they're on target, okay, I don't need to go find out about that right now. That's a thing for later in my day. They've got it covered. Mm-hmm. So it lets you differentiate, is this an action for now or is it an action for later? And get a sense of where things are going. We also use the software to track all of our downtime and associate costs to it. We also use it to track all of our tooling across the shop and across all of these different tool management systems that these different machine controls have. So we get this beautiful holistic picture of our tooling consumption. And more than that, if we change tools, we can set SPC rules to say, okay, you've changed that tool 5 times early and you marked it as broken. Well, that'll send a notification out to us, to like a management team or whoever we pick, that says, hey, somebody should take a look at this because you're not getting the tool life you expect. So almost by default, manufacturing is the world breaking down over time. Like machines are consuming themselves. Filters are, bearings are, ball screws are. Everything is in a state of decay. I'm a positive person, but that's the reality of manufacturing. Things go wrong. So to have a system and a software that's holding the line for us, that is letting us know when those things are starting to get out of line and notify us so we can take action, that's, you can't pay enough to have that type of thing helping you on the backside.
Time, I've realized, is the most expensive commodity we all have, right? It's something we're trying to utilize to the best of our ability. I have a twofold question for you, because you mentioned truly understanding these machines and being able to kind of pinpoint issues that you might have. And any of us can look out of our office window and go, okay, I have a green light, okay, I have a red light. Anyone can do that.
Right.
Machine monitoring, that shouldn't be the only thing it gives us, right?
Right.
Because what we're also realizing across the board is a lot of us are looking for skilled labor. We need people. So what happens is we have 1, 2, 3 skilled people for a big machine shop,
right,
and they're all running from machine to machine. So my two-part question after that long-winded statement is, are you micromanaging at such a point that that one person is now running from machine to machine to take a look, hitting the reset button, run to, because it's just a little type of error? Or can we customize this in order to allow us to fully say, okay, I need to utilize my time, and although I do understand I might have a small issue, that small issue can wait, and I can customize to decide what my small issues are versus another shop, versus my medium issues, versus we need to handle this right now or this whole thing's shutting down.
Right. That's a great question. So I'm going to back up just a little bit, because you mentioned a system that we have that will calm things down and stop them. And I realized I am remiss, I haven't named that system since we've been talking. So we call it pre-flight, which we have trademarked. And it is basically a system where when the machines are running, they will stop the machine in a safe state that is easy to recover from when any one of a number of conditions happens. So the idea here is, like you said, we're running a shop with a lot of machines and not a lot of people, and it's harder and harder to find really skilled people. So how do I best use them? So with pre-flight, instead of machines collapsing on themselves when a process goes wrong and making it a recovery event, we try and stop those in advance in a nice, casual way. Just the machine will go to a state of rest and peacefulness. It will notify us that, hey, something went wrong, it's okay, I'm gonna stop for now, here's what went wrong, and come take care of me when you can, and then just hit the reset button, or cycle start. So it's a different way of operating, so we can bring in good people when we need them. We reward and grow our skilled people, but we all know there's a reality. There are not as many skilled people as any of us need to run the way we had been running. So our system lets us do things like that. If there's a quality issue and a machine should stop, our quality manager can actually just reach in and put a machine on hold, and that machine will, it won't stop right then. It's not like reaching in and e-stopping it, but it will tell the machine, hey, somebody's got an issue, and it'll label it up there. It'll be like, hey, Tim doesn't want this to run anymore until he has a chance to walk over and check it out, and the machine will not start its next part. So if Tim realizes, oh, that was a mistake, I used the wrong instrument to measure this, I'm just going to undo that hold. Somebody can walk out, hit cycle start, easy peasy.
Do you have a Tim in this factory?
We do, yeah.
We do have it. So there is an actual Tim that you're talking about.
Yeah. We
All
love
right.
Tim.
I want to ask you a question, and it goes back to your original statement even before. And in just a minute, I'm going to ask you, pretty much, prove it, right? Show me. You got it? Show me. I want to see it as well.
Yeah.
But I want to go back to numbers. Would you say that most of us in machine shops are in the business of making money?
That's the idea, yes.
That's kind of the idea, right? You mentioned something that I think is important to bring back to life again, and that's when a machine goes down, your software actually helps us understand the mathematical financial numbers of what that time means to us, because time is valuable, right? So you actually take that opportunity to say, look, we're working on a shop series right now called Shop Rescue, and a lot of that is the front end and back end of understanding how to quote and how to ship on time delivery and understand what our time is worth and valuable when we're making parts. And I see failures in what you've described all the time, Nathan, all the time.
Yeah.
So if I no longer have this either tribal knowledge or theoretical information of what I believe my shop time is, and you've now done all the math for me, anytime that this thing goes into meditation mode or broken mode or whatever it might be that you're calling it, you have factual numbers documented for you to remove all of my work that I might mess up on, to allow me to understand what it's costing me, what it's costing my partner, and what we can do about it.
Absolutely, yes. So I say the machine gets to go into a state of relaxation and peace, a moment of rest for it. But what also happens is the machine gets marked as down, and whatever rate I am earning for the part that's on the machine, or it can default to an earning rate for just the piece of equipment in general, the timer is ticking. So it starts accumulating dollars, and those are attributed to whatever that hold was, or whatever that pre-flight item was. Like if a critical tool reached its life and we didn't have a backup loaded, those dollars add up. So, you know, there's always a balance. The machine got a break for a minute. I got a report that says, hey, you lost $768. What are you going to do about it?
Yeah, Tim. Just to throw Tim under the bus again, just for fun. All right. Look, I have a funny feeling that you and I could talk about this for hours on end, so we might need to do a podcast. But in the meantime, we're making a video. So let's showcase a little bit of what you're talking about, if that's okay.
Sure. So I don't have any of the equipment pre-flighted right now, but I can give you an idea. If I wanted to stop this machine, and I could be on my phone, I could be in my office, quality manager could be in their office. If I go to hold the machine, I'm just gonna put test here. So now the machine is held. It does require a note to go in there, so somebody can't, you know, I don't know if anybody's ever op-stopped a machine and then everybody thinks everything's going fine, and then somebody walks by later and realizes it's not. Maybe that's just us.
No, it's not. I've done it.
Okay, so now that doesn't happen because we guaranteed we have a note, we have it highlighted, and you saw that it converted over to pre-flight. So now we've got this popping in front of us, letting us know that while this machine is running, it's not going to run its next part. It's going to come to a stop. And if it had stopped for something else, like overdue maintenance or something like that, it would tell us exactly when it went down and exactly what it's held for. So, yeah, that's an example of kind of how this can work. So the level of integration we can end up pulling in is like a sensor on the air system. And if the air system goes down, we can trigger all the machines that depend on air to not run the next part. So we get some safe stops. It's just, a lot of what we do is how can we reduce anxiety and human error and trying to balance things in our head? How do we respect the people, communicate to the people to make manufacturing more fun and more profitable?
Can you help me in my personal life as well with all of that you've just described?
Working on that myself. This is, yeah.
But this is why we're here. I am sure that there are a million questions out there based on what Nathan and I have just discussed. And you should have questions because it does go, as we described, the biggest onion in the world, of peel upon peel upon peel of what this can do for you and understanding your financial resources, understanding how your shop is running, and all of the details that kind of make it all flow, right, Nathan? So what I want to offer right now, you mentioned the websites at the beginning. Let's take it all full circle again. I want to be OnTakt just like you want to be OnTakt. So let's drop that website one more time for the people who have questions, and maybe even your social security number, personal home address for those folks out there.
Sure. Okay, so OnTakt, OnTakt. We are on our tacttime.com.
It's that easy.
That easy.
OnYourTackTime.com, learn more. Wolfram, this is my buddy Nathan. I hope this has been helpful. We honestly could talk for another hour, I think, just on this subject. We've condensed it into a small package to hopefully make you want to learn more, help you understand how it can help, but be inquisitive enough to go to that website, reach out to Nathan, learn more about that, because as he said at the beginning of this, we've seen a lot out there, but you're the best?
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, he says, oh yeah, he makes it real easy. So reach out anytime. Thank you all for watching. We'll see you again real soon.